Hello, my name is Sally Lewis and I'm the Placements Officer in the Maths Department here at Bath, and I'm going to give you an overview of the Placements programme that we run throughout the whole university and specifically within the Maths Department. Just share my slides with you now. Okay, so when we talk about placements, they can sometimes be referred to as internships or sandwich years or years in industries. What we're talking about is a years long worth of essentially graduate level work experience. So that's taken after your first 2 years of study here at Bath. So it's in your third year, and the placement option is available on all the courses within the Maths Department. So it doesn't matter what course you initially apply for or even start on, because you'll have the opportunity to switch to the placements degree once you're here at Bath. And around 50% of our students take the placement option every year. So just give you a bit of a flavour of some of the different employers that our students take placement years with. A really broad range of employers. A lot of students do choose to take placements within banking or finance sectors, but also we have students working within pharmaceutical companies, students working in government departments. They employ a lot of statisticians and data analysts. We also have students working in the engineering sectors for energy companies, and in retail as well. So a really broad range of different employers that our students take placements with, very reflective of the type of employers that would employ maths graduates as well. So our students will be on placement all over the country. A lot of students do choose to go and work in London, but equally placements are available in other locations in the country as well. And in a usual year, we would have 1 or 2 students on placements overseas as well. So why would you choose to take a placement year? Well, Bath has a really good reputation for graduate employability. And one of the reasons is that so many of our students do choose to take the placement year. So when you come to graduate, hopefully with a good degree, you've also got a whole year's worth of real work, of real achievements that you can offer a graduate employer as well. So it does really make our graduates highly employable. One of the things that you'll get to develop wherever you are on placement is your more general skills. So things like your communication, your teamwork skills. You'll have a chance to develop those during your placement, and they're going to be useful to you in whatever career that you decide on when you graduate. And even when you come back to Bath, even when you're studying in your final years, you'll find that those skills can be very helpful for academic study as well. So real general skills. On the more specific side, so then depending on the type of placement that you're doing, you may develop some very deep technical skills if you're working in a technology role, for example. Or you may get a chance to start taking professional exams. So some of our students who work in financial services start taking accountancy exams, for example, when they're on their placement year. So that obviously gives them a head start if they go back into that career area after they graduate. So when you're applying for placements, you're applying directly to those employers that are offering those opportunities, and you go through their own recruitment processes, and that can be quite tough, quite rigorous. They're very similar to the type of graduate recruitment process you can expect. So you get a chance to experience that and to practice going through those processes as well when you're applying for placements. And there's nothing like actually doing a job for a year to give you a real sense of if that's where you want your career to continue. So some students will have really successful placement years, have a great time, but actually realise after that that's not the area that they want to work in. And finding that out early on in your career can be really helpful as well, because you'll have so much more information when you do then come to make those decisions about when you graduate. So some employers do consider their placement schemes as pipelines into their graduate training schemes. So it's not unusual for some students to return to university with offers for graduate roles for after they graduated as well. And that obviously takes a lot of pressure off of that final year if you know that you've got that offer there of a job after you graduate. Chance to earn some money as well. So most of our maths students will take paid placements. And it can also better prepare you for your final years of study as well. So as I said, you can develop skills which are going to help you in your studies, but also give you a bit more focus as well. We often find students are a lot more motivated when they come back for their final year, having known sort of what it's going to take to get that graduate job as well. And because such a large number of our students do take a placement year, it's mean you're more likely to be with friends that you made in your first and your second year when you do come back from your placement year. So I've said that applying for placements, going through the recruitment process can be quite tough, it can be quite challenging. So we're here to support you throughout your placement journey. So I work just with maths students. So I start working with you in your first year to help you think about the types of placements that you might be interested in, the type of work that might be appealing to you, where your strengths, where your interests lie. And then we help and support you through that application process. So be that with reviewing CVs or helping you with interview practices, helping you practice some tests and some exercises that you might expect as part of that recruitment process. We can help you with that and build up your confidence and your skills with those exercises. We also give you lots of chance to find out about placements, about sectors, about industries, about particular roles. So you get lots of opportunities to talk to our students that have been out on placement, and they can give you a real good insight to the day-to-day work and what it's actually going to be like when you're out on placement, as well as meeting employers. So you get opportunities to meet them, to talk to them, to find out not just what they're offering for their placements, but also what they're expecting from their students as well, so that when you make applications, you can make really strong applications. So we advertise placements that are suitable for your course, but you can also source your own placements as well. So we help you think about your interests, where your interests may lie, and help you find out more about different sectors and different types of employers. So once you've secured your placement and you're out on placement, you remain a student at the university, so all the support and advice services are still available to you while you're on your placement year, and we keep in touch with you. So we support you to make sure that you're getting the most out of your placement, that you're making good progress, and you're making the most of all the opportunities that are open to you. We come and visit you as well while you're on placement, come and meet you, meet with your supervisor as well, to check that you're making good progress. So we check that you're making good progress, and we help you, we support you with setting your own goals, your own development goals for when you're on placement. And these will be different for everybody, but we really want to make sure that you're making the most of those opportunities while you're out on placement, and thinking about the future as well. So thinking about making contact with people for when you come back to university, and then when you go on to look for graduate opportunities as well. So that was a very brief overview of the placements that we operate within the maths department. There's more information you can find out about our placements on the university website. got my email address there as well. So please, if you have any specific questions, do drop me an email and I'll certainly do my best to help you. So thank you very much for listening.